name's Carolyn Bolton, and I'm the co-chair for the North County LGBTQ Resource Center, also the director of youth services. And it's my pleasure to be here this evening with the Project Youth Committee that's going to be presenting this award ceremony. Our host for the evening is the LGBTQ Pride Center at Cal State University San Marcos, the director of which is Robert Hosler. We have presenting this evening would be Annette Jacobson, David Glasban, Elva Chavez, Lauren Tullis, and Riley Mueller. I think about the reality that more and more gay, bi, questioning youth these days are choosing to accept and explore their sexuality rather than bury it and spend their entire adolescence in fear and isolation. We are here tonight to recognize and show our appreciation to our North County GSA high school clubs and their advisors for the work they do every day to create an inclusive school culture, provide a safe and comforting environment for all students, and make sure that no student, no matter their sexual orientation or identity, needs dread coming to school. Many of you know Daniel Solis. He, for the last 3.5 years, he's been the Southern California Program Manager for the Gay Straight Alliance Network, where he's fought to create better schools, not just for LGBTQ students, but for everyone. Starting next week, he'll be starting a new career as a youth service coordinator working with the innovative arts-based youth leadership organization, You Think. He's currently studying Education Foundation at CSU and lives with his domestic partner, Juan Velasco.
The Gay Straight Alliance Network, we are a nonprofit organization that works with gay straight alliance clubs in middle schools and high schools, and we help basically do whatever you need. So if you're having a hard time running meetings, if you're not sure what kinds of events to do, if you're ready to do more transformative work and help educate your staff and your peers, change your policies, we can definitely help you with all of that. We also have some really fun summer camps, so if anyone wants to go to camp next summer, you should talk to me. I'll put a good word for you. We also have a leadership group that meets every month in LA, and we have some members from Carlsbad High that currently are representing your region, so go Carlsbad High. But I came out when I was 15, and that was longer than it probably seems. I'm younger looking than I really am. And it was in the 90s, so we'll just leave it at that. And when I came out, I was actually the first openly LGBT student in my school, and I went to a fairly accepting school. It was like up in LA. And I didn't think it was going to be a big issue. I was just like, oh, okay, my school's really cool, everyone's open-minded. I come out, and then all of a sudden, I went from being, Daniel, real good at school, nerd, or whatever, to being the gay guy. So I'm sure some people in the room can relate to that, to just having who you are be wiped away, and all you're left with is this one part of your identity, when in reality, there's so much more to you. And that was really hard, and it was definitely really frustrating, really angry. I made a fist. And at that time, my school did not have Gay Straight Alliance. There was not a lot of GSAs when I was in high school, but luckily I was able to hear about it, so I started a Gay Straight Alliance. And one of the people that helped start it was my younger brother, who is a phenomenal straight ally. He was like a 7th grader at the time. He was like, whatever, we're gonna do this, we'll start this club, whatever it takes. So, I just get emotional when I talk about that. And so we started a Gay Straight Alliance, and we had no idea what we were doing. We were like, okay, we have this club, now what? And thankfully we kind of stumbled into activities. We had a day of silence, we had other great events, and we also did a lot of training for our staff, because at the time our teachers just had a lot of questions. They're like, okay, what is this gay thing? What is transgender? They're like, what do we do with this? What is it you want? Why are you telling us all these things about yourself? So it was a lot of just general confusion. And thankfully my teachers were really great once we kind of got some information for them, and I was like, there's just some things we need to do. In my school, it definitely got safer, and then once I graduated, a whole bunch of people came out. Like, it was like, I don't even know what to say, it was just like everywhere. And I was really proud of that, because I know that if we had not started the GSA, our school would not have felt comfortable or safe enough for people to come out. And we had like some transgender students at my high school was K through 12, so it was kindergarten through 12th grade. And we actually had some transgender students come out in the middle school, and now there's some transgender students in the elementary school. So I feel really proud of them. They're kind of like my LGBT grandbabies, I call them. Especially because I got to work with them with GSA now. I've actually been able to go back to the school and be like, how's this GSA doing that I founded X number of years ago? So I just learned quite a few things, and I just wanted to kind of share some of those things that I've learned from all of you, just watching you every day change your schools, every day stand up to people, every day educate, and open more minds, and really make our schools a lot better than they are. So the first thing that I learned has been patience, and just really watching you all, like every single day, deal with lots of really frustrating things that you just want to scream and yell at, but still not letting that get you down, be like, okay, people are still saying slurs, people are still closed-minded, what is it going to take for us to really open people's minds? And just being patient every day, getting back into your classrooms, going to your GSA meetings, and doing what you need to do. That's been remarkable. I don't think if I had gone to some of the schools that some of you go to, that I would have had your patience, and so it's really humbling to me to be like, okay, wow, you all don't give up. So I just think it's really important that you all are proud of that you all are patient, and that you are working really hard to make these changes, and you are winning. The next thing that I learned is to be humble. Like, I can't even tell you how many amazing leaders that I'm like, oh my God, why aren't you super famous? Because you're amazing, you're like the next Martin Luther King, the next Harvey Milk, but nobody knows about you. And I'm not just talking about the students, I'm also talking about the amazing advisors. And people are like, oh no, whatever, I'm just doing what I need to do. It's really be about making the schools better, about making people safer, opening more minds.
She founded the Orange Glen High School GSA in 2010, and the United Through, an organization based on the idea that one person can make a difference in the world. A member of the North County LGBTQ Resource Center Project Youth, music journalist, and equality activist, it's my extreme pleasure to welcome Riley up to the stage.
All right, so hello everybody. Thank you all for being here. I was here last year, and that's my first time really going to a gay event, and I had so much fun, and now I'm stoked to be standing up on the stage speaking in front of all of you. A little bit about me. I might cry too, so bear with me. I'll try not to. When I was in 5th grade, I remember my first crush on a girl, and I started a rumor so she could break up with her boyfriend just so that I'd maybe have a chance. That didn't work out, but my freshman year, then when I realized I still had a crush on a girl, I made it work, and ever since that day, I knew that this is who I was, and this is who I'm always going to be, and that who I am really does make a difference in people's lives, in the community, and society. Who I am, I really dug deep to find that. The definition is still ... but one day I might be able to write it down. But right now I'm pretty comfortable with who I am and where I'm going. And I think everybody in this room has a story to tell, and everybody here is a unique person, and everybody is creative, and everybody here is loving and accepting. And I think having a room full of people like that is something that everybody should really, really appreciate, because it doesn't necessarily happen every day. So I think if everybody just really takes a moment to appreciate this, it's really humbling. It's really, really exciting to see. 2011, and this is where we are. Now, what I'm really here to talk about is when I started my GSA, I was just coming out. I was like, I want to start a GSA. I want to make my school different. 100 kids signed up for our club. We had 100 kids sign up for our club. Our first meeting, we had over 50 students. So that was extremely, extremely stressful. But it was completely made me who I am today. I have so many memories, so many fun times from that club. But I graduated and I passed it on. And I really, really met some people that changed my life. And I remember every single day she would come into the club and she would sit in the back of the room and she'd be really, really quiet. She wouldn't say much. And I always noticed that she had a rainbow piece of jewelry on her. And I was like, I'm not going to assume anything, but who knows? But we'll see. Time goes on and she's quiet. Every now and then she peeps. And then one day, after a meeting, we're rushing to get to the next class. She pulls me aside and starts crying. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Like, tell me. And she comes out to me. And I'm like, I'm your new best friend. Ever since that day, she was involved in the club, and she still continued to come to every single meeting, and now she's an officer. So she holds a dear spot in my heart. And I presented her with the ribbon that I had from the previous awards that says, who you are makes a difference. Because that is a golden sentence. Who you are makes a difference. Every person's life that you cross makes a difference. Smile makes a difference. Handshake makes a difference. Happiness makes a difference. Little things make a difference. Who you are makes a difference. I think everybody really needs to know that and appreciate it. And it's something that everybody should know. And you should pass it on as well. So, yeah, my name's Riley Mueller, and who you are makes a difference.
What we're going to do, for those of you that were here last year, you know that we only had 6 GSAs here. This year we have 12. Thank you all, thank you for being here. What we're going to do is we're going to announce the school. We're going to introduce the advisor and the officers. And if everybody that's here representing your school can come up on stage over here on your right. And then line up here with the advisor, and then the officer, the president or the highest officer that you have, and then the rest of the students. And we're going to give 1 minute to the advisor and 1 minute to the president to speak, unless you'd like to have somebody else speak on your behalf. Okay? Got it? Have a good time. Thank you again. Thank you very much.